Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ultimate Decades Challenge. We are in the second half of 1344, just 3.5 years before the Black Plague. In the last episode, the ghost of Zane's son Phaedon returned to haunt him in the barracks. Alexander finally returned from the war and began to take his place in the family again and get to know his son Octavian. And at the jewelry shop, Khalil tied the knot with Mary. And it is now still to be decided whether or not he will remain at the shop or if the newlyweds will be heading off on a new adventure elsewhere. Before we get started, I do want to mention a surprise soulmate discovery that happened in between episodes. Lino Baker, who I intended to set up with Lorna Barrow, went to visit the Townsend Forge and fell in love at first sight with none other than Cara Graves. The two of them hit it off immediately, and so I went ahead and got them married. She got a bit of a makeover since she is no longer a pauper, basically, and she has now moved into the bakery. Today, we are starting off in Tartosa. We haven't seen Lucia and Endrio in a little while now, so I figured we were due for an update. Endrio has finally made it back and discovered that he has twin children waiting for him. Ephraim and Susanna are here and have finally met their father after living for a year or so with Lucia. Yana is also here somewhere. Oh, there she is. Yana is here with their little daughter here. Even though he tried to sneak off without them, she learned of his plans and joined him. I bet he didn't even have to apologize or anything. She's just so in love with him. She assumed he was keeping it a secret because he wanted to surprise her with a trip to meet his family. And she was the one who ruined the surprise, but she is oh so happy that he decided to bring her on this trip to Tartosa to meet his sister. His sister, Lucia, is now officially in charge of the brothel after the madame passed away shortly after her return from the war. But she is not actually the owner. The madame had a daughter named Ava who inherited the business, but she is still quite young. And so Lucia is the one in charge until Ava comes of age. However, I noticed in the relationship panel that Ava actually really hates Lucia. Despised is their relationship. So I have a feeling that as she was growing up, the madame treated Lucia as her daughter, and Ava grew to be resentful of that attention that Lucia was getting and that she felt should have been hers. And so even if Lucia is trying her best to run the brothel and get along with her, she can feel that she's in a bit of a bind, because if Ava comes of age and gets to control the brothel, she can just decide to throw Lucia out, and then Lucia and her children won't really have anywhere else to go. Meanwhile, Ava is also in a bit of a situation because she knows that the roses are attached to Lucia, and she's worried that getting rid of Lucia might also mean losing her employees and their trust, and she might end up being alone to try and salvage the business. But Lucia does have a plan. Today is the teen birthday of Lucia's son, Machio. She hopes to be able to match Machio with Ava to sort of mend things between them and reassure her that Lucia only has her best interests at heart and will continue to be loyal to her and will keep the brothel running smoothly for as long as she can, especially if eventually Machio and Ava and Machio's children become the owners of the brothel together. And who knows, maybe they'll actually end up turning this into an honest establishment eventually as more of a family business instead of it being a brothel, and maybe they can offer some special services on the side. So, Machio, it's your turn. Oh, he's looking sad too. It's your turn to become a teen today. He just needs to avoid a 7. He's fine. Kind of cutting it close, but he's fine. He's so cute too. Look at those dimples. All right, let's go. So little Machio here, his only trait at the moment is street smart, which makes sense given the setting that he was raised in. Materialistic, okay. Dance machine and hostile. A hostile dance machine. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure how well that's gonna go with Ava. Is there like a party aspiration that I could give him or something? Popularity. Yeah, party animals. So maybe he just wants to turn the brothel into like a great party place and more of a tavern than a brothel. I don't know. He is materialistic, so he might want to actually take advantage of the brothel being fairly high class, and maybe he's going to want to improve it even further. I don't know. This is such an interesting set of traits. He's street smart. I think that's going to be really useful. And well, he's not too bad looking, but all of my Sims age up with that same skin detail, which is a little annoying. And what happened to his eyebrows? But it's okay. It's okay. I dig the hair. It's fine. I might not do the makeovers right away. I think I might actually keep them for my next cast video, which I'm hoping to record soon. And oh, he's very angry from being hostile. It's a great start. It's a great time to go and introduce yourself to Ava. Well, not really introduce yourself. They probably grew up together, actually. And how's their relationship? It's okay. Oh, she's an erratic cat lover. Erratic, hyper salty cat lover. Oh man. Well, at least she's business savvy. So the two of them could probably make this a very successful business if they manage to get along together. So I'm just gonna have him insult face. No, let's try and find something nice. Maybe his mother is going to tell him. So Ava, I mean, she's cute. Right? She's really cute, and he is materialistic, so she might be able to use that to convince him that it would be a good idea if he and Ava hooked up. They're both still young. He just recently turned 13, which is the start of the teen life stage, so it's still very early for them to... Oh, sarcastic compliment. Okay, sarcastic compliment. We're going for it. Mom wants me to go and flirt with you, so I'm gonna try it. I'll make an effort. Oh, I'm not sure that went well. Oh, well, I'm not sure of her reaction. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go in for a little flirt. I don't want them to get married right away, but I do want them to maybe try and cultivate a little relationship. Compliment appearance. I mean, she is really, really pretty. Oh, look at him. I'm sorry, guy. You really need a makeover. Okay. She seems receptive to his advances, so that's fine. Okay, that might actually work out for Lucia in the end. Endrio is attracted to Carolina. Carolina is one of our roses here, and she has a son here who is actually Harlan's son. If you guys remember, during the war, he had a little woohoo with her. All of the roses were after Harlan during the war, and she actually got pregnant because I forgot to deactivate her pregnancies. So we have another Harlan child here who is illegitimate and just living in the world, and that we can try and marry back into our tree at some point if he survives the plague, of course. Oh, he's also attracted to Angelique. So... He grew up here, and I can just imagine him coming back years later, and he's like, yeah, those ladies who raised me, they're really nice looking. But Machio wasn't the only birthday that we had today. Maya, who is Endrio and Yana's, well, only child, since they lost a pregnancy at sea. I'd like to think that maybe Yana, as a mermaid, needs to spend some time in the water. And maybe with being in the close quarters on the ship, she didn't really get a chance to sneak off and as much as she would have liked. And probably the hygiene situation on the ship wasn't great. So they did lose their child while they were traveling to Tartosa. But Endrio still has 3 pregnancy attempts. 4, actually. Endrio has 4 pregnancy attempts left. So there's still hope that Yana and him will get another child. Or if Endrio somehow manages to sneak off without her, he might end up having a child with someone else again. All right, so Maya here. It's her turn to roll to see if she becomes a child. She just needs to avoid a 9 and a 19. Oh, cutting it close again. But she is absolutely fine. She was an independent roamer. And let's see what she rolls. Feeling foggy, child of the islands, and tender. I'm not a big fan of feeling foggy because they're just always dazed and it kind of ruins the mood mechanics. So I'm going to remove that one, but I will keep tender and child of the islands. That makes perfect sense, actually. She might actually want to return to Sulani one day. And I guess I'll just give her a random social aspiration. Oh, she looks so cool. I love that hair. Maya. Amazing. She just needs a better outfit, but she looks so great. We have another birthday. So you guys may have noticed that, oh, Ava's attracted to Endrio. And of course, Endrio was attracted back to Ava. Great. So you may have noticed that I have been going around a lot of our side households these days, and it is because I'm trying to get to see everybody before the plague, and I'm trying to get all of the birthdays up to 1348 done so that we at least know all the Sims who will be there for the Black Plague, and I want to try and update the family tree in time for 1348, where I will be doing an overview video of the family tree so that you guys have a bit of a reminder of who is alive and what their stories are before you guys get to vote for who survives the plague, because that will be happening. So if you think we're going around a lot of families these days, it's really just because I want us to get a glimpse of them and do all of those birthdays as quickly as possible so that we have an idea how many Sims are going to be part of the big plague event. So the other birthday is the twins. The twins are becoming teens. Oh, that's not your best one, Ephraim. All right, so to become a teen, he just needs to avoid a 7. 17, and he's fine. And what about his sister? Oh, Susanna? She saw a scary Sim? Who's scary? Oh, Kaylin, the toddler. He inherited the scary trait from Harlan. And now poor Susanna is hiding from him. She's hiding from the toddler. That's so strange. Okay. Oh, she's so cute. I hope she survives. Come over here so we can see you, Susanna. Okay, Susanna also just needs to avoid a 7. She's fine. So Ephraim is a goofball. Let's see. He is now a child of nature, a child of the village, and a linguist. Well, it says they become confident while writing. I'm not sure he knows how to write. Linguist could be interesting though, because he comes from a faraway land, and ending up in Tartosa could have awakened an interest in languages. Child of the village and child of nature. They excel at fishing, gardening, herbalism, and flower arranging. Or they feel anchored to Tomarani culture. Well, he's not from Tomarani, so that doesn't work. And I guess I'll leave child of nature. Oh, he's cute. Okay. And Susanna. Oh, she's heartless. Really? Okay. Joyless. Daughter. Oh, no. That's a Wicked Whims thing. Green Fiend. Okay, so the two of them apparently like nature, but she's heartless and joyless. It's kind of depressing, but okay. I can live with it. I feel like she should be like macabre. Along with everything else. She seems like she would be a good fit for Edward if they lived in the same kingdom. And where's Susanna? Oh. Interesting hair color, Susanna. Interesting hair color. I'm gonna be keeping all of these for a makeover video, so I'm not gonna work on that just yet. But what's happening here? Receive a massage from Ava? Okay, that relationship does seem to be progressing somewhat. Give a Swedish massage. Really? Okay, then. Wait, who's initiating this? He is? You're a little young for that, sir. Also, she's not one of the roses? Wait, so he's basically... He wants to go ask his aunt? I almost want to let it go just to see if she says yes. But it would also be quite unfortunate if they got caught. And I mean, he's too young. Okay, he's too young for this. I usually let everything go, but this is just creepy, okay? We're not doing it. I don't know how the game chose them as a couple, like literally anyone else. Oh, he wants to be mischievous to Endrio. Nothing like a solid prank on a solid friend. Yeah, like sleeping with his wife. That's great. No, he even wants to go talk to her anyways. Let's just go talk to Ava here. We've got something good here. Is she even feeling flirty? She is. A breathtaking encounter. I think she's really into him. I think this could work. Surprisingly, despite their very difficult traits. Okay, so they're still quite young. I'm just gonna leave that here. I'm not really sure what Ephraim and Susanna are going to be doing now that they're teens. I like that everybody's getting creeped out by the scary toddler. Endrio has a crush on Carolina. I mean, is that going to be one of his baby tries? A baby with one of the roses? It could be. It could be. Just before leaving. He might be off on another ship as soon as he can, but he's going to leave a little gift behind. Actually, I could perhaps see him try and bring Susanna and Ephraim somewhere. He might want to help them, especially now that their mother has died. They don't really have anywhere to go. They don't have anyone else to turn to. And so it's possible Endrio might try and, I don't know, maybe bring them back to... Why are you talking to me about swimming lessons? No, okay, nobody's swimming. Maybe he's going to try and bring them back to Windenburg, where he comes from, and try and find one of his brothers, either Vasco and... Okay. Okay, well that progressed well. But yeah, maybe Endrio would try and bring his children over to Zane or to Vasco or something. I don't know. He probably wants to help them. He just doesn't really know how. I don't think Endrio really has it in him to be thinking about anyone but himself. Are they really? Seriously? Well, it is a brothel, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But he just turned into a teen. We're gonna have to ignore that, okay? We're gonna pretend that he's 21 now, okay? Oh, hey, you know what I forgot? I forgot to roll for baby tries. Because now that 2 of our Sims are already gone on an adventure, it would be interesting to know if those pregnancies are legal or not. Although they probably can't marry those roses. I don't know. Well, we're gonna have to see what happens. Okay, so we're gonna do it in the same order that they aged up. So first of all, rolling for Machio to see if he gets married. He does. Rolling baby tries. 11. Wow. Okay. That might come in handy when we need to repopulate after the plague. So that's great. Rolling for Ephraim. He does get married and his baby tries. 3. Okay. And finally rolling for Susanna. She gets married as well. And how many baby tries does she get? She gets 10. Okay, like her father. Okay, so they should be good to repopulate after the plague. So I guess Ephraim really got accustomed to living in a brothel. And perhaps that's one of the reasons Endrio is going to try and... Of course, Carolina might now be pregnant. Oh. So he might actually try and get them out of this place. You know, he might think poor Susanna might get roped into becoming a rose, and Ephraim is getting to enjoy this lifestyle a little too much. So he might try and get them work elsewhere. I could see him going to Windenburg and trying to speak to his siblings or perhaps even to his cousins and try to get them some work there. So he might be off on another adventure. And is Yana going to follow? Yes, I'm pretty sure she will. All right, so that's all I wanted to do here. Next up, I want us to go and visit our Verviers family in Windenburg because we have another teen birthday to do there. Here we are at the Verviers house with Auguste and Rosa and their children. You may notice one person is missing from the family at the bottom here, and that is their first daughter, Christine. She is gone to the monastery, which we will be visiting a little later today because Celeste and Edward are going to be joining her at the monastery soon. So we're here for 3 birthdays. The first one is Rosa. I don't know why I chose to... Oh, there's a throne here. That was only to make Auguste a knight, and I kind of forgot the throne there. Doesn't matter. He looked very regal sitting on that throne too. Like, he would be a great candidate to usurp the throne at some point. It would look good on him. So Rosa here is up for one of the most dangerous birthday rolls, and that is the first adult roll. She needs to avoid a 1, 6, 13, and 16. Cutting it so close, but she made it. Amazing. I quite like Rosa. Life hasn't always been very kind to her, but at least she's been comfortable. I think she's content with her situation. We also have Lord Zachary. So our little lord here is Auguste's heir, and he is up for his teen birthday, so he just needs to avoid a 7. And he's fine. Will he be getting married? He will. How many baby tries does he get? 4. Okay, it's not much, but Auguste didn't have many baby tries either, and he ended up being pretty okay. So it's okay. I can live with it. He's apparently a green fiend, which, it's fine. He is a lord, so I don't think he's very interested in the land itself, but maybe he does take an interest in what his tenants are working on, and he wants to help them out as much as he can. Lighthearted. Okay. Hot. Okay. And obsessive. These Sims are overly flirty around their lovers. Their ex-partners are Sims with negative romantic relationships with them. They become sad when not having their loved ones being around. Okay, so it's... all right. I am going to give him, in that case, a romantic aspiration. We'll say he wants to find the one and obsess about them. Oh, he's so cute. I'll also be giving this guy a makeover, obviously, but oh my gosh, he has Auguste's nose. That's Amos's nose. His grandfather. He looks so much like his grandfather. All right, and then we also have Amicia. She's a little bit younger, but I want to do her birthday right away because we won't be returning to see them before the plague. And I want to have them all aged up in time for the plague. So she also needs to avoid a 7. She's fine. Let's see if she gets to get married. She does. And how many baby tries does she get? 3. Okay. Okay. So it seems that we get really high numbers or really low ones. There's no in between. It does make me a little nervous for Auguste's line though, because as we know, his first daughter, Christine, is actually secretly someone else's. Oh, I forgot to age her up, didn't I? So Christine is actually Kaylin's daughter. And so Auguste only has 2 legitimate children of his own, and they both rolled very few baby tries. She has practice makes perfect, shady. She excels at exploiting situations and bending rules for personal gain. Okay. Perky, she's always happy, and a cuddle bug. That's also interesting. I think I'll also give her a romantic aspiration. Zachary wants true love. I think she wants true love, but somebody who's going to give her opportunities for social climbing, perhaps, since she's shady. Interesting, interesting. Oh, she aged up as a businesswoman. She's still so cute. She looks so much like Rosa. Funny that both her daughters look exactly like her, and the son looks a lot like his father. Very cute. So what I was saying earlier is that I am a little nervous for August's line since both of his legitimate children rolled few baby tries, but then I guess he's got another chance with Aldred. Speaking of Aldred, one excellent idea that came up in the comments is to avoid Aldred getting the Lord title. One way that might work is using the new family tree board thing where you can forge relationships. We could use that to try and forge Aldred's relationship and have him as Romarin's real son. And then that would also make it a secret. And then we could roleplay that if that secret ever comes out, then it means that the secret of who Aldred's father is came out. And that would actually give an opportunity for Honora here to potentially find out the truth about Aldred, and then she could potentially use that against the family to blackmail them into something. We don't really know what she wants yet. Those kids are really a good mix of their parents. Like, he has his father's face, but he has his mother's hair. And Amicia is the opposite. She has August's black hair, but she has Rosa's very soft-looking face. Oh, August is also perky. So his daughter became, yeah, she rolled the perky trait as well. Cute. Oh, she's a sinister lover. Yeah, that makes sense. Whereas Lord Zachary is a jester lover. So these two are probably going to be arranged to marry someone. August is probably going to be working on that. He's going to be appealing to express passion for romance. She's like, Dad, I hope you're going to marry me to someone who's hot, please. Someone that I can really fall in love with. But yeah, so Rosa and Auguste are going to be looking for partners for their children. They're likely going to be arranging marriages to other noble families. And, well, they are still quite young. So since they just aged up, they're around 13 right now. But I believe nobles did get engaged and possibly even married around that age. And then they just waited to consummate the marriage, basically. So that's probably what's going to happen for Zachary and for Amicia. They're going to get married, but they might not actually start having children until a few years into their marriage. And that looks like a very comfortable chair there. I'm kind of reluctant to get them married before the plague because I also don't want to have to find NPCs or create NPCs only to have them die horribly during the plague. So it might actually be better to get them to wait. Because in 3 years, they won't be really old enough to have children anyways, so I don't know. I'll have to keep all that in mind. All right, so that is it for the Verviers family, and we are now going to move on to our main household for a few more birthdays and to take our twins over to the monastery for their studies. Here we are with our main family, and we are here just in time to get our bills delivered. Fatima's out here. Let's get her to go pay that right away. So we've just arrived here pretty late in the day. It's 9 p.m. So I think we're going to be spending one night here at our main household. And then in the morning, they're going to be setting off for the monastery. Brayden is going to be accompanying them for their first trip there. It's been wonderful to spend time with you. Aw, the brothers getting along. That's always nice. Oh, this farm does need some taking care of, so we're going to spend a little bit of time here and clean the sheds and the coops. I love that I'm sending Adriana's kids to do that, because Adriana, when she was here, was the only one taking care of this farm, and now her children can continue the tradition. Oh, to raise with little baby Aldred. Lord Aldred. Oh yeah, so while I'm here, I'm going to do that idea. So I'm just going to send Therese to go and forge this family tree here. Okay. She probably doesn't actually know how to write, but that's fine. And we want to forge a connection between Aldred and... I apparently can't forge a relationship to Romarin, which is unfortunate. And... well, okay. Why can't I even have Romarin in there? Yeah, Romarin isn't even an option. That's weird. Okay, can I get Romarin to do it? So, for some reason, Romarin is just not an option? Okay, well that's disappointing. I apparently cannot. I have a feeling it's because they're already technically connected through family, and so I can't actually forge a relationship with anybody related to Aldred by near or far, so I can't even connect him to Fatima. I can't connect him to anyone who's married into the family who was born in the family. So that's a little annoying. I wish we had more options for forging relationships, because I wanted to use this to forge a relationship. I wanted Lady Henford to forge a wedding certificate between Bodwin and Esther, and therefore make Esther's twins legitimate. But I could not find any way to make that work with the family tree forging board thing. So that was also very disappointing. Oh, and since it's a new day, I'm actually going to send Romarin and Therese for a little woohoo. Try for pregnancy or woohoo? I think just the regular woohoo. I don't know. I set up RPO to have individual fertility rates, and now I'm not really sure which one of the two is the fairest one for the rules. I guess I'll go for try for pregnancy. So while we're here, we do have Adelina's birthday. Oh no. Stinky Adelina. They tucked her under the bed for some reason. Brayden, come and take care of your child. Oh yeah, you can't pick up the baby because she's under the bed. Okay, well how does that work then? Okay, Brayden. Oh, look at her, she's so cute. So we have to do her toddler birthday, which means she needs to avoid a 4, an 8, and a 12. Cutting it so close again, but she's fine. And oh, another stinky baby. All right, here we go. Adelina aged up and she is now Leafy and a roamer. All right. We have a little adventurer. And oh my god. Her hair. That's super cute, but also maybe a little fancy. I can see Fatima decided that she would be dressing up little baby Adelina. That's so cute. I think I'm gonna keep it. All right. Oh yeah, and Stefania. Stefania is now an infant and she's snuggly. What does she look like? Where is she? Oh, there she is. Oh, she has her mother's hair. That's so cute. Raven hair like Stephanie. Oh man. Why is she so upset though? Try to go night-night? Ugh. There are too many children in this household. It's no fun being here. It just ain't no fun. All right, well, it's 2 a.m. I should probably try and get these guys in bed sometime. Oh, look at these two. So cute. Oh, Fatima doesn't look like she's she's enjoying it too much, but aw, these two are just too cute. I wonder what she's dreaming about. Icky surroundings, probably. She's probably thinking about how she used to live in such luxury and now, I mean, it's not that bad. It's all homey and cozy, right? Okay, it's 6 in the morning. Brayden is going to get up along with his twins, and the three of them are going to be heading out to the monastery, where it has been arranged for them to... He was dreaming about woohoo with his aunt Adelaide. Not cool, man. Not cool. Okay, yeah, so they're heading out. It's been arranged for them to study at the monastery, and so Brayden is going to be taking them there. All right, here we are at the monastery with Brayden and the twins. This is not a build that I made. I got it off the gallery, if you guys are interested in getting it as well. It is the Holy Lama Monastery by Samandor. I did a little bit of refurnishing. I got rid of the modern stuff and made it more medieval, but otherwise it's basically the same. We're gonna go on a little tour of this place, as I expect Brayden and company are probably going to be given a bit of a tour by the current inhabitants. Oh, in fact, we have a familiar face here. This here is Basil Atwood. He is one of Gabriella's children, and he rolled no marriage, and so I decided he would be going for... Oh no, Esther Bear... Oh, Okay, we'll get to that guy later. So I think he decided he would go for a life of introspection and peacefulness. And basically, he is going to become a monk. I don't want to get too religious with this game, so I kind of want to call it, you know, just a spiritual place of knowledge rather than being very religious about it. But in any case, Basil is here, and I think he's probably very excited about someone else who is here, and that is Esther Barrow. She is here to get a herb garden started, and she is here to show them a bit of medicine, and I think that is going to be right up Basil's alley. Before I show you who else is here, though, let's take a tour of the monastery itself so we can roleplay that Basil is the one showing them around. So we've got a big kitchen over here, and then there's the dining room over here where everybody has their meals together. We have a little meditation spot in this room here. And then, of course, we have the courtyard with a very nice fountain and more places to meditate. We have a library with a scriptorium on the second floor here. And then down here, we've got a little area for crafting. We've got candle making here. We've got a little closet there. And upstairs is a nectar making station. So the monastery likely makes its own nectar, probably sells it to have some funds to keep this place going. And I don't know why there's the tiniest closet here with nothing in it, but it's realistic, even if it's empty. On the second floor, on this side, we have the bathroom, and we've got the living quarters. And we've also got 2 individual rooms. This is where the main priest is staying and the main nun. We've got another crafting area here for pottery. And upstairs, we have a room for travelers. This one is a little bit better furnished, and this is where Esther is currently staying. And at the back, we have a mead making station with some beehives. And then over here is the area where Esther is going to be making a garden. And of course, at the front over here, we have vines, so we can pretend that they're growing their own grapes to make their nectar, even though these aren't technically interactable. So this is our monastery where Edward and Celeste are going to be... Edward apparently lost one of his legs during the journey here. Maybe he got caught in a bear trap. So Edward Pegleg Barrow is what we're going to be calling him from now. Isaac seems thoroughly charming to Christine. Okay, let's introduce you guys to who is here. So of course we've got Basil, who is here, and he is probably going to be a permanent resident. He wants to stay here and live a life of learning and spirituality. Next we have Trevin Adam. So this here is a sim that I got off the gallery. He is by Sissy GP, and he's an unfortunate abductee. So over on Discord, we had many laughs due to screenshots of this guy getting abducted constantly. And so I was curious to see if he would still be getting abducted if he was in my save file. And so I went and got him and added him here. He isn't very well adapted to life in this kind of community. He is mean and paranoid, but he is vegetarian and a child of the ocean. So I feel like he ended up here perhaps because there were rumors about him in the village that he came from, and he didn't really have any other options on where to go. And so he came to the monastery to live here as a bit of a monk. And I am very curious to see, oh, he has the fear of being alone. That's so sad. Anyway, so I'm very curious to see if this guy will get abducted. Oh, and he's also a fairy. He was a fairy when I added him to the game, and I decided to just leave it. So we have one more fairy in our save file, but that might be okay since Celeste is also a fairy. Maybe he's going to be able to help her out, maybe learn those fairy skills and help her evolve, I guess, as a fairy and get more comfortable with her status. The other Sims that we have here are, of course, Christine. Wait, I actually have another outfit for Christine. Here we go. So Christine traded in her beautiful gowns for more humble clothing. She is going to be staying here. I'm not sure permanently. I feel like she asked her parents if she could study here, and they reluctantly told her yes. She wasn't very excited at the prospect of being married off to someone she didn't necessarily know or love. And I feel like this is a bit of her escape, while also, I believe she's a bookworm, so this goes very well with her personal interests. And my plan for her on the long term is to have her open an orphanage, especially because we're likely to have many orphans following the Black Plague. And so I thought she might be associated to this monastery. Perhaps they have other buildings that might end up getting abandoned during the Black Plague because people won't be there to maintain all of the monastery's different installations. I don't know. So ideally, I would like her to use her dowry money to run an orphanage for all of our orphans who will be left after the plague. And that would be Christine's story, assuming she survives. And then, of course, we have Esther, who is here to make a herb garden and teach medicine to everybody. This here, hang on, I forgot his name. Isaac O'Brien. So he is the boss here. He is the one in charge of the monastery. He is a monk, and he has dedicated his life to, I don't want to call it the church. I don't know. We're going to have to find a ideology for these guys. What is their fantasy religion that they're following that is based on knowledge and introspection? But anyway, so this guy has dedicated his life to it. His traits are Cuttlebug, Nectar Lover, Idealist, Foodie, and Loyal. I can imagine him making cheese and like fancy foods and being in charge of making the nectar and all of that. He's he's an artisan, and I think he thrives in this kind of community setting. But it also seems like he is attracted to all of the ladies who have arrived. I got an attractiveness alert for Esther, and I think I also got one, yeah, for Christine. And oh, Trevin is attracted to Isaac. So I feel like this is going to be another jail situation. Oh, wait, are they flirting already? Isaac has a crush on Christine. I can just imagine him, like, this fancy lady came to stay at the monastery and he's never met anyone quite like her, and he just has an immediate crush on this much younger lady, in fact. Well, he is a young adult, she's a teen, so I'm not sure how big of an age difference there is. Oh, I forgot to mention, so we have Jamie Sinclair. You may remember her as one of the suitors for Zane back in the day. They had a woohoo, I believe, and went on a date, but it never panned out. And so I decided to send her here. And so she is the highest ranking female member of the monastery here. So I'm just gonna let them get settled in. Brayden is probably going to come to get to know them. He's going to speak to Isaac, get an idea of what they're going to be doing while they're here, what they're going to be learning. I think Edward is likely going to be very interested in learning medicine with his Aunt Esther. Not for the best reasons. Not because he wants to help people, just because he's macabre and wants to know how bodies work. Meanwhile, Celeste, she's flirty too. Everybody's flirty. But yeah, so Celeste is here more for spiritual reasons, and perhaps she's kind of, she's autonomously flirting with the abductee guy, who's also a fairy, so maybe he wants to teach her about, so yeah, what I was going to say is maybe she's kind of soul searching now that she feels these new powers awakening, and being at the monastery here and having more time to reflect on it and perhaps even train her new abilities. I think this is going to be a good spot for her. It's going to give her an opportunity to grow into herself, basically. And I think Trevin is going to be an opportunity for her to understand herself better as well. But that being said, she needs some emotional force. Who can I go and... What? Even there? Already? You guys just got here. You guys just got here. Seriously? What if she gets pregnant? Are they going to hide the pregnancy? What? Even the nun! The nun is flirting with Edward. What the heck? Instantly unattracted. Oh yeah, she's unattracted to Edward. Why are you flirting then? Oh, Edward Pegleg. Okay, we're... Yeesh. Okay, Edward, come and see your aunt here. Go and ask her about, yeah, morbid observation, sure. You can go ask her what she's going to be teaching you about medicine. Oh, he wants to be friendly with his dad. We can go for that, too. Oh, look at those two. Dad with his son. There, let's go in for a loving hug and... Oh, man. Celeste. I wanted Trevin to be her teacher of sorts. It seems like he's not teaching her what I was expecting. And you, I don't trust you with your book. Oh, I forgot to mention this guy. This is Caiaphas. I don't know if you remember, way back in the day, the Verviers had servants, Gamal and his sister went and married a priest, and this is that priest's son. So he's the cousin of Seraphina, who of course passed away. And so he's also here. He's following his father's footsteps and dedicating himself to the church. Oh, everybody's hungry. All right, so who can we send there? Maybe Caiaphas can be our guy who's in charge of the food. I'll even make a grand meal. They're welcoming new initiates here, so we're gonna make it a big meal. Right, of course they don't actually realize that they're related, but, well, maybe they do. Brayden knows that Christine here is related to them. Oh, offer to be Edward's mentor. Yes, exactly. Esther is going to be mentoring him. And they just became friends. Of course, I want to learn everything you know, Esther. All right, so Celeste is done here. And she needs some emotional force. Can she actually get that from him, even if he's also a fairy? Is that going to break them? And he's feeling confident from being nasty and having a quickie with a hottie. You've got a secret. Celeste has created a new secret that's not very peace and love of Celeste. She has been using her fairy powers to torment others? I didn't mean it that way. Unfair fairy? Oh. She created a scandal. But what else am I supposed to do? Oh, that's true. Somebody did tell me that I can get the little fairy house and she can replenish it that way. So I don't actually need to be absorbing it from other Sims. Okay. I didn't get that it was that negative. Oh yeah, their relationship didn't go so well. So maybe he's trying to teach her her fairy powers and she accidentally sucked his energy and possibly something else. I like that these two are just chilling in the kitchen eating. Christine already getting into the spiritual mood here. I might actually have to get her and Edward some new outfits to fit into the monastery here. I'll admit, I was kind of hoping Christine would be the one to have a secret relationship while she's here, and then the baby that she would have might be one of the children that she could raise in her orphanage, and that would kind of motivate her to open the orphanage in the first place. But it's fine. Celeste can have her fun. I just hope she's not actually in... What? No! Basil? Okay, well, whatever. Basil's getting it on with the nun now. Oh, and she might be pregnant. Great. So this monastery might actually be the spot that becomes an orphanage. Well, not an orphanage, but like a... Sabrina! Sabrina was pregnant? Oh, well, that wasn't planned. Okay, well, Sabrina is Teresa's sister-in-law. I'll just give her... Brandon? No, we've already got... Sunny? Zion? Cyan? Whatever. It sounds cool. Actually, maybe I should keep that for one of Zane's kids. Keep the Z names in the family. Cold Alarm. Sure. He's not actually part of our family tree, so it doesn't really matter. Well, whatever joke he was making really fell flat there. It's nice to see Brayden and Esther together after so many years. Give invigorating tea? Console grief? Oh, is she grieving? Sure, her brother can come and try to make her feel... Christine? Christine, are you a fairy? Christine is a fairy? I may have forgotten about that. Okay, so this monastery is basically where all the fairies are being sent. Their Uncle Vasco, or rather their Their cousin Vasco is going to be joining them at the monastery momentarily. Jeez. She's going to flirt with the monk. Okay, so it's basically Love Island or something. All of the fairies and all of the singles come to the monastery hoping to find love. Should I be doing a pregnancy test for Celeste? Do we want to know? Should I keep it as a surprise? I think I'll keep it as a surprise. We'll have to look in on them in an episode or two to see if anyone here is pregnant. Christine has a crush on Isaac. Well, actually, that fits because Isaac also had a crush on her, but she rolled not to get married. That doesn't mean she can't have babies, though, if the autonomy lets it happen. Or, I don't know, I could force it. I could still roll for baby tries and just have them be illegitimate. I mean, I don't know. I keep complaining that the family tree is too big, and then I keep wanting to hook people up. But, I mean, they would make cute babies, wouldn't they? And I really want to continue Christine's line. Even though she isn't actually a August's child, I really wouldn't mind Christine having a child and continuing that line. Kaylin's secret love child. Do we see anything of Kaylin in her? She looks a lot like her mom, but with Kaylin's hair. Brayden's character and vibes do not speak to Edward at all. He simply feels that they are completely incompatible with each other. Well, he's still your dad, so... I mean, it does make sense, though. I mean, Edward is macabre, and Brayden is pretty perky.
Oh, whoopee gorsh!
Whoopee gorsh. The Verviers dynasty has reached prestige level 2 and has been awarded new dynasty perk points. Oh, is that because of Christine? Is she part of the dynasty? She is. Okay, so her presence here has apparently helped the dynasty gain prestige. Well, the ideals are caring, so actually it might fit with the idea of her opening an orphanage. It would help with the dynasty prestige as well. And she keeps going in for the flirts with the monk. And like, Esther is here and it seems like she keeps trying to change the subject. Oh, Edward and Christine are getting along well. That's nice. How close are they in the family tree? Would she be able to flirt with Edward? Not that I want it to happen. I'm just curious. I've seen a lot of people saying that the new update to the family tree made it so that people who are pretty far in the family tree can't flirt anymore. Yeah, they can't. There's no flirtation possible. But they are first cousins since she's Kaylin's daughter, so that makes sense, actually. I keep forgetting that she isn't actually August's daughter. She has a really long neck, doesn't she? She wants to become friends with Isaac. Okay, I'll have them become friends at least. Deep conversation. Enjoy company. Huh. I don't know what that interaction is. She has social anxiety though. So she's enjoying company, but she has social anxiety from being insecure. Oh, hey! Speaking of Sabrina Delorme, what is she doing at the monastery? Okay, I don't know. Let's send Edward, I guess, to go and talk to her, invite her in. Sure, maybe she came for a meal. Maybe her farm supplies food to the monastery, or maybe they buy stuff from the monastery, artisan goods, I don't know. So I'm sure I've mentioned this 1,000 times, but she's the illegitimate daughter of Frederick Jr., the only child that Frederick Jr. has. And his line is kind of continuing secretly without being counted on our family tree since he rolled no baby tries. But it's possible I will end up adding her if she survives the Black Plague. I feel like that's a good obstacle for her to try and survive, and then if she does, then... I thought Brayden was flirting with Christine there. But yeah, so if all of the illegitimate kids survive the Black Plague, I think I will be adding them to the family tree. Because one plan that I have after the Black Plague is to start over in a new save file. Well, not start over. Port everything to a new save file. Because I've been playing in the save file for years now. I mean, real life years. And I'm kind of afraid that we might be dragging along bugs from all the times that I changed mods, all of the updates, and some things have been a little wonky, like the bicycles or the missing legs. And so I feel like it might be safer, especially once the Black Plague will be done, then we'll have less Sims to manage. It'll be a good opportunity to move everyone to a brand new save file, and hopefully we won't be dragging along any bugs, and I'll also be doing a big cleanup of all of my mods, and so that way we can try and future-proof our save file. The landscape might change. I might not be bringing over all of my lots because some of them are a little bugged, what with the little bobub food that frequently makes my game crash, and so I won't be bringing that over, and so I may need to get rid of some lots, but we'll see. So once the Black Plague happens, I might have to take a little break just to set everything up, transfer everyone to the new save file, put all of their family relationships back, and then we can start fresh. And, you know, maybe the new landscape would also make sense, because if a lot of people pass away, it's possible some villages get abandoned, and so some people will have to move to new places. I don't know. Exciting times. Exciting times. And oh, Edward is going to flirt with Trevin. Could you see it? Both twins? Maybe both twins are going to get with Trevin. That would be kind of interesting, especially because the twins kind of hate each other. Wait, did he also flirt with... What's happening here? So this is... The monastery is going to be like an open love community. Only love here, only good vibes. Where are they going? They are going to have wicked woohoo. Okay, well... I don't know what happened to my autonomy settings. I don't remember changing my wicked whim settings. I'm not really sure why everybody is going to woohoo so frequently. It's kind of bizarre. Although it's probably because I'm not often on a lot with this many single Sims. So I think the same thing is happening here as when we went to the festival and everybody was woohooing in the bathroom. I think we're having a similar issue here. But in any case, it is getting kind of late in the day. So I'm going to let these guys have their little woohoo, and then I think we're going to be leaving this part here. It is the end of the day, so I'm going to be leaving this part here. I think we may have set a record of the most successful birthdays in a single episode. Not a single one of our Sims failed their role out of 8 birthdays. Now that Endrio has been reunited with his twins, he is going to be going on a trip to Windenburg, where he hasn't been since he ran away with Lucia. So seeing him be reunited with his brothers should be fun, especially because he intends to dump his kids there and run away again. I'm also excited to come back to the monastery soon to see more of these romantic shenanigans we've been having and how many pregnancies we get as a result. In the next episode, we're going to continue our tour of our side households in preparation of the Black Plague, and we have a few more teen birthdays to do in Kaylin and Noah's households, so that will be fun to see as well. As always, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I will be seeing you all in the next episode. Wait. Wait! Oh! He's getting abducted! He's getting abducted! The curse followed him! Well, we've got our first abduction in the save file. Oh, what? Well, that's it, folks. Good night and bon voyage!